Our final inductee of the evening is Mary Jo Truesdale, head. Okay. Yeah, you guys have been waiting a long time for that, haven't you? How many wine bottles at those tables over there? Head coach at Sheldon High School in California. A legendary pillar of high school softball, Mary Jo Truesdale has spent over 45 years as a head coach in the state of California, the last 26 at the helm of Sheldon High School in Sacramento. A 2020 NFHS National Coach of the Year, Truesdale has coached in over 1,000 games, with her teams generating over 800 wins and numerous league and section titles. The only head coach in program history, Truesdale started the program in 1997 after a successful career at Elk Grove High School in California. Just this past season, her program tied a record with their 9th section title. Not only has Truesdale grown the program from the ground up on the field, but off the field as well through community service at clinics in the communities of Rancho Murrieta and Elk Grove, as well as Chicks in Crisis, a nonprofit in the greater Sacramento area that supports pregnant teens and young women in crisis. Please, yes, absolutely. And now please enjoy this video honoring the career of Mary Jo Truesdale.
If I met somebody who didn't know Coach Truesdale and I had to tell them about her, probably the first thing I would say is that, you know what, she's just everyday people.
Well, I started out playing baseball with the boys in my neighborhood. And so that's how I really started. And then we didn't have softball in high school, so the only chance I got to play was in the summer. And so I played at Michigan State for 3 years before I graduated. And then I started coaching pretty much right out of college.
Generous, compassionate, caring. She always puts the person before the athlete.
I would say that she's a very passionate, loving person, loves the game of softball and will coach it to the finest details.
Defining Mary Jo Truesdale as a coach and a teacher, it's hard to just identify the coach or the teacher. I first hired Mary Jo back at Elk Grove High School as a JV softball coach, and quickly knew she was going to be the next head coach. She has demonstrated, if I were to talk to you about her, the integrity, the teamwork, the humor, the humility, the winning is important, but being a good person is more important. How you are when you leave her program is equally important.
I think some of the ways I've found success is by adapting throughout my career. When I first started, like so many coaches, young coaches, we think that we have to be on top of everything every single minute. We think that we have to be hard and tough and mean and just that way. And I've softened, and I think so many coaches as they get older, it's not that we're easier on our players, but we just listen more.
The thing that Coach does, and it's kind of an interesting thing because you have to understand softball about it, one of the things that she does is always just hit near and dear to me is that when it's time for the half inning to change and we're out in the field, she greets her pitcher at the mound and hands them the ball. And she's done it ever since I've seen her coach, for as long as I've known. And it's such a huge, simple sign of trust and respect for that gal and what she's going to do. And I'm telling you what, I don't know what Mary Jo says up there, but every single time when she's walking away, the pitcher is smiling.
One thing I'll never forget about Coach Truesdale is about how she gives us marbles. And every game you get a marble and you're playing for all the marbles, and in life it's about the small things.
My proudest achievement as a coach is every time I hear from an alumni. Every time an alumni walks through my classroom door to visit. Every time an alumni calls me and asks me if I'm available for lunch, I think those are my proudest times in my life, is when I hear from previous players. That's when I'm happiest.
I would say Coach is never just a coach to me. She's a second mom. When we're teenagers, we were in high school, and to have someone that you trust, that you could talk to, who you know loves you and is there for you, I think I even look to her this day. Now I get to call her my friend.
I think one word that would describe me best is passionate. I am passionate about what I do. I am passionate about my players. I am passionate about my assistant coaches. I am passionate about being a graduate from Michigan State University, about being a Spartan. I am passionate about being a Sheldon Husky, and I always will be. I've had a great life, and I'm not done yet.
I feel like it's about time that Coach was nominated for the Hall of Fame.
Oh, I couldn't be happier for it, and it's so well deserved. She has given every ounce of her being to this program, to this game. She is an ambassador for women's sport. She's an ambassador for softball. Heck, she's an ambassador for Sheldon. I mean, when you say Sheldon, people know you're talking about Mary Jo Truesdale.
I think it's great and well deserved. In the short time that I've known her, she's done amazing things out here on the softball field and in the classroom. But I know that the work prior to me knowing her has been tremendous as well, and so a well-deserved honor.
The best part about coaching is working with these young ladies, and they keep me young. I learn something every season, and I think that's the best part about coaching.
Thank you. Thank you for everything that you've ever done. Thank you for giving me 4 great years of memories, championships, and legacy. Thank you for including me in your life. And I have been honored to have had you in mind for as long as I have.
I love you. Congratulations. You are so deserving of this.
Coach, I love you. You are in my heart forever, and I'm just so proud of you. You deserve this, and I'm glad I could be in this video. It means the world to me.
I want to say thank you, Coach. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to work with you, and because ultimately I feel like I've grown in such a positive way over all these years, almost 25 years, as a teacher, as a coach, but as a person as well. So thank you. It's been a pleasure.
I have been with Coach Truesdale for some 15 years now, starting back with her first section title in 2002 when my daughter played for her. Some 10 years later, by chance, when I thought I was retired, she talked me into being an assistant coach. And 11 years and 5 section titles later, here we are. Coach, congratulations for being inducted into the Hall of Fame, which is well deserved. And thanks for letting me be in a small part of it. Once a Husky, always a Husky. And you are truly leaving a legacy.
Proud of you, proud of all you've accomplished. Glad to see that all your hard work and all your intensity and all your striving for not just softball, but for women to be held in as high a standard and with equity is a legacy.
I truly believe that we are what we repeatedly do, and that excellence is not an act, but a habit.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the podium 2020 NFCA Hall of Fame inductee, Mary Jo Truesdale.
I think I need a stool. No, I'm good. I'm good. Well, I'll tell you, this is just unbelievable, first of all, to look out here and see all of you. I never imagined in my life that I would ever be standing here. And so I'm in awe. I'm in awe. But thank you to the NFCA Selection Committee, the NFCA Executive Director, Carol Bruggeman, and the NFCA office staff for this exceptional and unbelievable honor. I congratulate my fellow Hall of Fame recipients, Jenny, Carrie, and Sandy. What an amazing class to be a part of. I'm humbled to stand before you and represent every high school coach in this room and across the country. I share this award with you. I'd like to thank all of the vendors who have always been so generous to Sheldon softball. We have truly appreciated your support over the years. We aren't sponsored as a high school team, but the breaks that you give us help us out. Anyway, I must acknowledge the following people who have mentored me along the way and always took my calls and texts. First of all, retired coach Jackie Joseph, fellow Spartan, retired coach Carol Hutchins, U of M, fellow Spartan. Bonnie Thole, U of M. Can't believe U of M is coming out of my mouth. Retired coach Diane Ninemeyer, Cal Berkeley. Retired coach Kathy Strahan, Sac State. Coach Lori Perez, Sac State. Coach Brian Colsey, University of the Pacific. Coach Megan Correa, Southwestern Oregon Community College. Coach Shelley Sarchett, Cal Poly Humboldt, and Steve. Retired coach Margie Wright, Fresno State, who spoke at a U of M clinic back in the winter many years ago and autographed her handout for me. It was probably a Mimeo, and frankly, I probably still have it somewhere in my files. I just really treasured that. Retired coach Maggie White, College of the Redwoods. Coach Ben Sorden, Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville. Coach Lisa Delgado, American River College. Coach Darcy Brownell, Sierra Community College. And retired coach Barb Froh. She was a longtime head coach at Lansing Community College and one of my earlier roommates. When I started coaching, she gave me mimeographed copies of many of her drills and strategies, and boy, did they smell good. If this isn't a village, I don't know what is, but these are just a few of the many who have impacted my softball career. Now I'd like to recognize the coach who nominated me, stayed by my side throughout this process, and is responsible for my being before you, Serena Lim. I owe you this day. I first knew her as a player when we competed against her at St. Francis High School in Sacramento. After college, she returned to give back and coach there. She is just that kind of unselfish, giving person. Thank you. I could fill this time with recognizing all the amazing coaches with whom I have been blessed to coach with and compete against. But a few include my right-hand assistant coaches, like John Mendonca and Joe Jaquez, who I hope still like me after all these years, and my recently retired assistant coach and longtime convention roommate, Laura Ziegenhurt. Yeah. I would also like to recognize my JV head coach and video producer extraordinaire, Scotty Fernandez. High school coaches and friends, Charlie Pikus, Pacheco High School, Laura Shiner, Ramona High School, Kevin Warren, St. Francis High School, and Dan Hay, Canyon High School, who invited us down to his tournaments many times. We don't go back anymore. travel ball coach from Lady Magic, Ernie Munoz. My NFCA mentoring coaching triangle, Catherine Foster Cody from Wellington Middle High School in Colorado. It's been such a pleasure to get to know her this year. Former players who are here tonight and are the reason I do what I do, and I'd really like you to stand up. Jolene Henderson from Sheldon High School. Lindsay Ziegenhurt Munoz from Sheldon High School, and Megan Correa from Elk Grove High School. I love you, and I will always carry you in my heart, and thank you for being here tonight. My many family members and closest friends who are here tonight, my family members who came here from Michigan, my oldest sister, Bemi Basinger, my baby sister and her husband, Megan Donnie Burhans, who drove here from Michigan, my niece, Maggie Jo Ritchie, and my niece and her husband, Becky and Ed Ash. Thank you for coming from Michigan. And last but not least, my principal, Paula D. Duncan. Thank you, Paula. If you haven't noticed, I believe in longevity. A coach's job is never truly done. There's always another at-bat, another inning, another game. Most of you know I've been retiring for the past 15 years after coaching for 40 plus years. For some reason, I haven't been able to walk away. It just has not yet been my time. My message to all of you is to listen to yourself and follow your passion. Work through the rough times and know tomorrow gives you a new game to play. I've enjoyed being a part of the many changes in athletic opportunities for young women and owe so much to Title IX. Now, I want to keep this brief for several reasons. It's late and I need my sleep. And I'm up last with 2 outs, 2 strikes, and it's getting a bit thin in the back where I used to sit. I'm a small-town Midwestern girl who wasn't afforded the opportunity of a high school softball experience. Remember, this was back in the 60s. It was pre-Title IX, and yet I was fortunate to be able to play softball in the summer. I was driven around in my dad's station wagon with my teammates by my dad, who passed away my freshman year of college, or my high school PE teacher and coach, Mrs. Ruth Auten, also deceased, throughout the counties playing other small-town teams. It was the original travel ball. Coach Auten was a single mom raising 2 young daughters who gave us her valuable time. She will always be the source of my inspiration to coach. She taught me the importance of teamwork and service to others. Fast forward a few years, and I did have the opportunity to compete at the collegiate level, first in basketball at Albion College, and soon after in softball and field hockey at Michigan State University. I was also the women's basketball statistician. I thought I'd try out for basketball, but I walked into the gym and I saw the women trying out, and I thought, no. Once again, I was influenced by a strong woman, a field hockey and basketball coach, Coach Mickey Bale, who taught me that I could always learn new things. Ah, the softball memories. We made 2 bus trips to the College World Series. That was before California had softball and sent teams to the College World Series. No, I was not fortunate enough to play on the AIAW MSU championship team. As a matter of fact, I wasn't much of an on-the-field role player. I learned a lot about patience, teamwork, and the game in general from that experience. But I can tell you this, I was always the best teammate. I can tell you this, I could be and always worked as hard as I could to be prepared. I learned that if I take care of the little things, then big things will happen. I learned the importance of positivity as I watched the behaviors of so many players. I learned the effect negative thoughts played in overall performance, thus team success. A smile does go a long way. Earlier, I spoke about my longevity. I'm proud to say that I am 70 years old and still passionate about what I do. So, my closing is twofold. First, encourage coaches you know to join the NFCA. It's a wonderful organization with so many resources for them and recognition for their players. Can you imagine if we each brought one coach in or gifted a coach a membership? We would double our membership overnight. I challenge you to do that. I challenge you. Second, don't quit just because it gets tough or you think you've had enough or done enough. Longevity should not be the exception. Find a way to reinvigorate yourself. Take more time for self-care. Dr. Joanna Lane, that is an NFCA Zoom in itself. You will appreciate the time for self-care. Your team will benefit. Your family will appreciate it. Even your friends will appreciate it. And it will give you the motivation to continue the work. As Eleanor Roosevelt said, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. So I say, dream big. Again, I share this award with all of you. Thank you for staying until the end. I appreciate each and every one of you. See you on the field.